Hello, and welcome to Wyverns and Weirdos, The Journey Home. I'm your Dungeon Master, Darby, and joining me as always are Zoe, playing Sevia, Emily, playing Beatrice, Laura, playing Conrad, and Johanna, playing Fall. Let's jump into it. Where we last left off, the party wandered ever deeper into the Tomb of Annihilation, discovering, I believe, both another skeleton key head along the way, and the next of the tombs of the nine spirits. The one could say reckless 𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧, who now resides within the now very, very strong and very confident Fall's head. So, what would people like to do?
So Fall, you can see that Fall looks like a very different person now. Like the way that Fall usually used to hold themselves was like they'd be like quite light on their feet always, like ready to like dart away, and they kind of have an unconfident slouch to their shoulders a lot of the time. And now like they have their feet planted very firmly, the shoulders back, and they just look like rather surprised but not anxious anymore. And they're just like, wow, what is this feeling? I feel so strong and let's see. And then they kind of just do a handspring and then followed by a somersault. And do a little bounce at the end and like, huh. Okay.
Quick question. Is the giant smoky form of 𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧 still there?
No. That dissipates immediately upon the passage into the host.
Okay. Sevia just watches this happen and then just looks at Beatrice and Conrad and kind of gestures a little weakly, like, you feel different.
Yes, I don't think I've ever felt like this before. I think...
How so?
It's like, I don't know, there's no that little sense of weakness or a little bit of your stomach's a bit sore or something. And I don't know, I just feel really strong. And yeah, let me see actually. And is there any there's no objects on the wall. I see I don't know, there's a little nook in the wall. I'm going to try to punch the corner of the wall.
Okay. Roll me a strength check.
Okay. So that's a 16 plus 6. 22.
Okay. You're a monk, so your unarmed strikes don't just do the standard 1 damage.
Oh,
so
yeah.
roll me your unarmed strike damage.
So that is... Oh, amazing. That's 7 damage.
7. Okay. Yeah, you make a noticeable crack in the wall from just like this. But did you only roll like a 1 on that?
Yeah.
Oh, oh wow. But yeah, notable crack in the wall. And it
Do I
definitely
injure my
wasn't there
hands at all?
before. No.
Okay. Gosh, yeah, I couldn't do that before.
Beatrice just sort of turns to Conrad and raises an eyebrow.
That is not normal for fall.
That was a little different to the rest of us.
Yes, true. No one appears to be behaving much differently from normal. Except for fall here.
It's kind of freaking me out.
Very impressive fall.
Thank you. Yeah, I quite like that one. I might have to practice that move a little bit. If you ever need any like walls broken down, like I was doing great with the glass before, but I might be able to go just straight up, like just break through walls.
Very useful.
Yeah, just Kool-Aid man it.
So, are we ready to get going then? I think we should move on to the next room.
Well, I agree. Yes, this is a good idea. Yes, excellent. Some renewed proactivity from someone. Yes, let's go.
Sevia this whole time has just been like, just getting more and more like, what? Like, I cannot describe her face, but she is both very confused and also blushing. So she's just like, yes, quite. Although surely we can walk and we don't have to punch through any walls. And she gives Fall a little tap on the shoulder, like with her hand, just like, ha, ha, ha.
Yeah, sure, we don't have to, but I like it's an option. What's wrong, Savia?
Absolutely nothing.
Good to hear.
Yep. Nope. I'm going to walk. Yes.
Oh, then what are we wasting our time here for then? Let's go. Straight out.
Right, I can take the lead if you want.
Her like lifts a foot up and like kind of pivots around and like turns back like, if you wish, go ahead.
Yeah, sure thing. Although you can still direct, to be honest.
Oh, good. Excellent.
I'll just be here in case anyone like tries to attack from the front.
Good. Yes. Like, yes.
During this interaction, Conrad, you hear the voice of Papazotl say in your head, "They're trying to usurp your authority. They should not be taken lightly."
Cora just just stills for a moment and then thinks like, do you think so? Is that what they're trying to do? Fill the power void?
Yes. I would not trust them.
Oh. I just fixed this with 42 before he was spirited away. Do you believe 4 will do the same? They did have designs early. Back in Barovia.
It is impossible to say. We will have to keep an eye on that one.
Spirit?
Yes.
What has happened to 4?
They have fallen into a relationship similar to ours. With
so similar to
Kuba-san.
ours. Ah. I see. The spirit we entreated for this. Yes?
Yes. Wild little thing.
Interesting. Tell me if you notice anything else.
Of course.
Excellent, thank you. This shall be good. Yes, well, no, I think that would be good. But yes, I shall still instruct, of course.
Yeah, no problem. I still don't know as much about like where we should be going or anything, but I'll be here.
Yes, absolutely. Let's head on then.
Paul, you hear in your head, to the staircase!
All right, to the staircase.
Oh, yes, to the staircase.
Kubazan's going to be so much fun.
We stride to the staircase.
Excellent.
That's incredible.
Was debating confident four being like, oh yes, this is me, I'm confident four now.
All right. So, yes. So, as you make your collective ways to the staircase, it is your choice where to go from there. There are multiple rooms that have kind of different offshoots of this level that you have yet to visit.
Indeed.
Your choice, Joe.
I don't understand naps.
Neither do I.
Okay, so basically here you've got a fairly easy choice. You've got a path north and a path south.
Excellent. Let's go north.
Okay.
North? All right.
So, as you proceed to the corridor in the north, you see a huge carving of a snarling jackal's head, which protrudes from the wall at the end of this corridor. A chamber is visible through the gaps between its fangs. You actually recognize this room as the one that you have as one you've already dealt with. This room you see through these fangs is the one with the floor, with the hieroglyphics on the floor. So the 4 torches illuminating stone sphinxes crouched in the corners of the 15-foot high room, torches casting a flickering light across the familiar hieroglyphs carved into the tile floor.
A funny shadow kind of passes over Conrad's face. He's like, this room has already been completed.
Oh, yes. Well, I guess on to the next.
Okay, so the south path, if you continue through the stairway, going around, there is a path to the, so there is a road to the south which comes down to a T intersection of sorts. On one side is a dead end with a small gap in the wall. On the other is what you can see in the distance as a sort of beginning, a very frosty ground to it. Almost like ice has kind of ice or water has puddled on the floor. So left or right? To the small tiny corridor, or to the through to the ice? Or the water?
Considering it's really close by, Fool will just walk over and look through the little gap.
Yep. Okay. So, yeah. So there's just a small section, essentially crawl space that you can squeeze your way through. It would require moving at half speed if you're going to go through it, but it is traversable.
Okay. Fool looks just like completely unfazed by this and just turns to everyone else and is like,
Oh, we could go through here. This is a pathway possible.
Do you spy anything interesting there that would be of use?
no, it turns around.
Yeah.
I see. Then perhaps the other direction then.
Sure.
Yes, I mean, if we can see water from here, the engraving for this floor said we should walk through water with weapon in hand, so that could be.
Yes,
that
good
way.
point. Yes, that might be a good place to go to look. Yes.
Yes, very good thinking. You're always so smart. Okay.
Thank
Fall, as you say, too smart. You hear 𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧 in your head say, "Yes, conniving like 𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧. I would not trust that one too much. Take caution with them, Fall."
I think, like, not
So
very
in that,
cool.
in that regard, Cora's like, oh, thank you. Completely ignoring the fact that that compliment was probably meant for Sevia.
Yes. It was meant for Caesar.
Yes.
Just inwardly,
But-
Fall be like, there's nothing distrustful about Savia.
No, she is fine. It's the black-haired one. Whatever his name is. The human boy.
You mean Conrad?
Yes.
I guess he's not, like, always the most... No, I think he has been pretty trustworthy to me, at least. What are you talking about?
He seems the conniving sort. And from what it seems, he has dealt with 𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧.
Okay, is 𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧, like, super dangerous?
𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧 is not to be trusted. 𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧 is a trickster.
Alright, well, thank you for the warning.
Of course.
Okay. No. Paul just, like, has a number of, like, confused expressions on their face before just, like, shrugging and turning to look at the others.
Okay.
Well, I'll say after Cora's like, oh, thank you. He would have then, and taken Sevia's compliment, he would have then just like pushed past everyone, like straight down towards the water area.
All right. So reaching the water area, still puddles of water cover the floor of this 15-foot wide hallway. The walls are slick with moisture and set with murals showing animal-headed humanoids in armor, most of which appear to brandish real weapons hanging on the walls. A 3-foot high crawlway in the east wall is flush with the floor. At the far end of the hall, a rippling, transparent curtain of water fills a stone archway. Beyond the curtain, you see another hallway that looks similar to the one in which you stand. So, in this south hall, from south to north, the warriors and weapons are as follows. So, stork-headed males with hand axes, lizard-headed females with maces, panther-headed males with blowguns, unarmed hawk-headed females, goat-headed males with sickles, and frog-headed females with tridents. You can't make out what is on the north side from here.
Well, this certainly makes quite a disturbing picture.
So, weapon in hand. We just take one then, I suppose? Or is that the safest way to traverse while wall climbing?
Oh, very good question.
Cora like looks at Fall. Is like, well, one way to find out then, and then like he reaches out and grabs the nearest weapon, which was the first one you described, I believe.
All right. So the hand axes.
Sure.
All right. So. Yep. You grab the hand axe from the wall.
Right out into the puddles.
There is also, you notice as you go up to this this axe, that there is a crawlway between the legs of this figure. The figure on this side.
Small space under here. Don't know where it goes to or what it means, though. Difficult to say since we still do not know our purpose here, apart from finding a way to stop the curse.
Could it potentially be linked to all of those secret doors in other rooms?
Possibly. Might take us to another staircase, maybe.
Do you want me to duck through there and just scout ahead?
Yes, why not?
Sure thing.
Cora stands beside and like, yeah, so well, let us know if you get into any trouble.
Absolutely, Other. I'm sure I'll be able to handle it. And then Fall just squeezes through the crawl space.
Yeah, so you
without an issue.
Yeah. So you crawl through and are uninterrupted until you reach. There is a small room, about 10 by 10 feet, and this room seems to be just undisturbed, nothing in it, almost as if it's forgotten. You think, yeah, this could probably be a decent place for a rest if we need one.
Oh, cool.
There is also a continuing crawlway further south.
I guess I'll just like call out and be like, I found a little room that would be good for camp. And it keeps going. Should I go further?
Good job.
Should somebody perhaps go with Fall?
I mean, I suppose so.
Beatrice sort of sighs, pops her pack down next to Xavier, and then crawls through.
All right.
Good. Good luck.
Fall.
Good luck.
So yeah, you make your way through. You find this room, and then you get to if you can just you eventually make your way to so the backside essentially of a statue. So Fall and Beatrice, as you kind of get to the back of this statue, can you each roll me an Arcana check?
I got a 14.
14.
"24.
Okay. Fall, you're not too sure what this is, other than it seems to be some sort of fiend. Beatrice, you as a sort of corollary to your expertise in angels and hunting down celestials, are aware of the blood war, and the blood war is this massive event that is constantly ongoing in the Nine Hells. It is a war between demons and devils. And then you have as nasty little middlemen who basically sell various things and make deals with both sides and just profiteer off the whole thing. You have the neutral evil 𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧s. This particular 𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧 is a 𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧, who are the elite airborne shock troops of the 𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧s. They are basically green, large green, almost gargoyle-like fiends. And I will bring an image up. But yeah, so this is this is a statue of a 𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧.
Interesting.
Oh, a little fiend statue. That's weird.
The kind of 𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧.
Yes, so this is what they look like.
Okay. Like big, like goblin kind of things with wings and horns. Cool.
Mean looking.
Yes.
Yeah. I wonder where there's a pathway to it.
And from your research, they are just as mean as they look.
Maybe it's trapped or something. I'll have a look.
Don't know if that's such a good idea.
Why not?
They tend to be very mean and we're very much alone.
You also note that you are on, following through here, you are on a balcony that leads to a sort of space below. Two balconies.
For the room.
Yeah. So there are two balconies in this room that each face each other over a vast pit. Between them hover 5 wooden platforms, each one a disc 10 feet across. A single torch burns above each balcony, and on the east balcony stands so the one you are on, stands, this rough-hewn 15-foot tall statue of a hulking fiend with furled wings and clenched fists. Set into the wall of the west balcony, you can just make out, if you strain your eyes, what appears to be a lever in what is generally accepted as the up position. You also notice that there is the slight glint of a marble-sized object in the statue's hand.
The statue closest. Okay. Huh.
So there isn't a statue on the opposite balcony. There is just there is a torch to illuminate it, and there is the lever.
Okay. Weird. Does platforms look like too far to jump between or anything?
Well, I'm just double checking that because with your strength, long jump. If you move 10 feet or more, you can jump a number of feet up to your strength score. So this would be trivial for you to jump between these platforms because you can jump 23 feet as long as you get 10 feet. You might have to ascend of a running start, which these platforms have 10 feet of diameter.
Oh my gosh.
So you might have to basically stop, run to the back, and then make another leap with each one. But it is very doable for you.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I'm just looking at other people's strength scores. It would also be doable for Beatrice and for Conrad.
Nice.
For the most part. Yeah, the furthest gap is about a little over 10 feet, but not so much that it's 15 feet.
Okay. It would be a bit hard for jump for like the average person, I guess. We could probably do it.
Could probably make that.
Should we scout ahead or get the others?
Perhaps we should tell the others first.
Okay.
And that's the thing too. They're generally close enough that I would also allow 𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧 to make the attempt with an athletics check. Some of them she wouldn't need to check for. Some of them are closer than 10 feet apart, but there are a couple that are further than 10 feet apart.
This is how 𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧 dies.
Don't worry, I can pick you up and jump. Alright then, let's head back.
I probably would require an athletics check from you to be holding her while...
That is fair.
It wouldn't be a particularly hard one, but I'd still probably require it.
That's fine, I'm confident full now, I can do
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, Artis is in that same strength bracket. Dragonbait has no problem. Would have no problem, but Artis would need to be rolling.
Alright then, I guess it looks like we might end up doing this.
Okay, so the two of you return to the rest of the party to discuss this room.
Anything to report? What did you find? You were gone an awful while.
There's another room just past that little space. It's got a couple of balconies and a bunch of platforms, and there's a lever on the other side.
Okay. Anything interesting?
Big, mean-looking statue of a Nikoloth.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you think it would be particularly beneficial for us to take that upon ourselves? This particular moment? I will.
Why not? I mean, we've seemed to already have just been doing every little puzzle that we come across. And it's had good results so far.
True, but I am beginning to run out of magical storage for today.
I
There-
see.
Is a chance before we continue I may need to take a break, unfortunately.
Yeah. So I think you're probably, it's probably still too early in this day, I think, for a long rest. But
we could do a
you are
short.
probably getting to the point where you need to take a short rest. Like some of you are probably starting to feel that in your capabilities and resources, like energy reserves.
Look, there appear to be multiple options open to us on this floor, and we are still wandering around a little aimlessly. Mayhaps we can take a rest. I can restore some of my magical resources, and we can maybe have a bit of a conversation as a group about how we wish to proceed, since there is so much we need to do and so little we know about how to do it. It would be best maybe to take a break.
Think if we want to take rest, the little room that Fall and I passed through is probably best. There's nothing in there. There's very small. It's well defensible.
All right, that's probably good, considering what's happened. Yes, we should do that then, if people need to rest.
Of course,
Fantastic.
sorry. I didn't think of that.
No, it's fine. Magic is tricky. Let us rest then.
Yes.
Although we know hopefully how to get through this puzzle when we come back to it, so it shall be good.
Yes, it'll be fine.
Conrad puts the hand axe back. I presume he was just staring at for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Go
Sevia.
down the tunnel.
Yeah, Sevia and Conrad, while Fall was gone, Sevia was definitely standing there just like, so, wonder what the weather's like outside.
Yeah, Conrad's probably just paying no attention, distracted by something.
Okay. So you make your way into the small little 10 by 10 room. It's a bit tight with the 6 of you, but it's not like squished or anything.
It's cozy.
Yeah. Makes it very easy to defend because no one can get in without trying to force their way past you. So you manage to get a short rest in. If there's anything you want to accomplish in that time, I do know there's still a number of magic items that are yet to have been identified from various places. And if there's anything else people would like to do with this little bit of downtime, then now would be the time to do it.
Fool will want to talk to Beatrice.
All right.
It's a really tiny room. I guess Fool would just kind of like crouch next to Beatrice, like whatever she's doing, and be like, "Hi, can I have a conversation with you? I wanted to ask you something."
Also, nothing's stopping you. Beatrice is just sitting there sharpening one of her daggers.
Nice. Fool looks uncharacteristically unfazed by this. Fool's eyes kind of like dart over to Sevia, and then they say like, "So, you're like the only person I know in this group who like has had like romantic relationships and stuff in the past. So like I wanted to ask you, what does like feelings feel like? Like I've experienced like the other kind of stuff, like, oh my gosh, practicing with the monks and stuff, like damn, they got some good bodies. But what do romantic feelings feel like?" Episode 69.
Emily just momentarily died. And so the rest of us.
Beatrice sort of blinks very rapidly for a moment, completely sideswiped by this question from Fall. Feelings. And then she sort of looks at Fall and then looks across at Sevia and sort of goes, I assume you're asking because you think you may have feelings for someone.
Yeah, that's right. I've like I think I've had a crush in the past, but like I'm not really sure. I don't really get them. So I'm wondering what's going on here.
Well, everyone is different, right? And I suppose when you feel like you want to spend all of your free time with someone and you see yourself being with this person forever, like, you know, they're like your safe space, right?
Right.
That's love, I suppose.
Yeah, I think so. Like I've had similar feelings with like friends in the past, but like that really sense of like, yeah, there's like security and everything, huh? Yeah, thank you, Beatrice. I think I get it a bit more.
You're welcome.
Oh, thank you. Actually, since I know this, since I think I know what's going on, actually, I think you're still holding on to like some of just the general like non-magical like things that we found in the coffins. Could I have a look through them? I kind of want one of them for reasons.
I suppose so. And Beatrice just dumps everything out.
Awesome, thank you. And Fall will just kind of go look through them all and just be like, give them a little appraisal before eventually pocketing one of them.
Okay.
Be like, excellent, thank you.
You're welcome.
So what is it you're pocketing?
It's the hairpin.
Ah, okay.
Excellent. And then Fall will just stroll away and just sit down.
Yeah. As a note, it is a platinum hairpin.
Excellent. Thank you.
Beatrice sort of hums to herself as she packs up the pack and just sort of very nonchalantly watches Sevier and Fall.
Excellent. What's everyone else been doing?
Sevia would have been like just sitting in a little corner in her little pile of skirts, just like doing whatever she does for arcane recovery, probably just sitting with her eyes closed, tapping her fingers, and occasionally little like blue sparks will happen. And then at some point she will kind of sigh and like look over at Conrad and just kind of be like, do we know how many items need identifying?
He like opens up his little diary. He's just been sitting there looking very like ridiculous, probably, because he still has like boar blood and his own blood all over him and his white shirt. But no means to clean that. So he's just kind of sitting there looking quite ridiculous. And he's probably just been like making weird chittering noises to like his little skeleton bird that he has now. And also the little jar, like bag that he has, which contains spiders, which cannot be seen, but they are there. He sort of just like looks over like, oh yes, and gets out his diary and just immediately starts leafing through it. And I personally cannot remember what the items are because I don't think Conrad picked up any of them. But if we know which ones need to be identified, Conrad would remember.
Yeah. So if there are any that are currently in your possession, you probably would have touched them already and therefore not need to make a save. If there are any that are you passing them from someone else, then you will need to make a save. If they are...
I think it's like there's a bunch of amulets that need identifying. I think there's like... Did the horn get identified? I don't think so.
I know Beatrice touched it, but like she didn't get possessed by
No, the horn hasn't been identified. I think that's on Beatrice's person still.
Yeah.
Yeah. Conrad will probably take note of that, because I also remember with the horn especially, Beatrice kind of like shoved past Exley and Conrad to grab it, so he would remember it for spiteful reasons. But yeah, I personally have not been keeping note of them.
No, that's so good. The bracers, I think, haven't been done. But the amulets, there's a bunch of stuff. So Sevia, Conrad would probably list all that to Sevia. I'm assuming, and Sevia would kind of sigh a little bit and be like, oh, "It's never enough time, is there?"
All right. So let's try to find some of this stuff to work out what exactly it is that.
While you're doing that, Sevia is going to just look over at Comrade and go to speak again, close her mouth, and just almost a little recklessly is going to put a hand on his shoulder, and she's going to cast Prestidigitation to clean the blood all on him.
So he does like kind of like that big start kind of thing, and like kind of like twists his torso around with like his like fists ready. He's like, what's that?
Magic, Prestidigitation. It can clean things.
Oh. Good. He just looks down a bit uselessly.
I know how hard it is to get blood out of certain fabrics, so...
Yes. Or he kind of like awkwardly just like scratches the bit of his neck, which was healed by Beatrice. Just still looks gross. Good. Well, good decision. Yes, thank you.
Good. Are you... This is a very stupid question, Conrad. Are you all right?
He kind of like just like blinks, and then just like blinks very rapidly, and then looks down at the ground, where he's like presumably just sitting, and he's like, no, but that is fine.
I'm not doing too great either.
I am restless. I wish to find where things are so we can move on, but I don't know where those things are. Yes.
Yes, it feels like we're just going in endless circles.
Yes, and I don't have a pattern to follow, so it's difficult. And we don't know where 42 is, so nothing can be done with that one. I would presume deeper here, but who knows? This temple seems to be made of rooms and rooms and rooms, so it's difficult to skip them either. But it doesn't matter, does it? This is just the mission we've been tasked with.
I am sorry for that.
Well, not much use in apologizing for things. It doesn't change the outcome or what's happened, so we do what we must. Is that not it?
Yes. And there's no use feeling guilty for those things either, is there?
No, it is illogical.
I'm as much to blame as you are, Conrad. Do not bear that alone.
Yes. Well, this is true. Just need to find a solution that can have a pattern to it, and then it will be right.
Yes.
You don't need to dwell on it.
Yes.
This reminds me very much of the previous temple we were in.
It truly does.
They're deeper down.
I guess the one thing going for this one is there are less skulls covered in flames, aren't there?
True. Yes.
Yes.
This is true. There are but 4 of us. Well, I mean, I suppose it's Dragon Maiden artists as well, but, you know, they're not exactly the same caliber.
No. Well, as long as they don't go the way of Vilnius, then technically we're on the up and up.
True. Well, yes. I suppose we'll have to see how it goes.
But I believe in us, Conrad. I truly do.
He just looks into the middle distance and lapses into silence.
All right. So, as far as I can tell, just double checking different things, there should be 5 items that you have collected that have not been identified. Some of those do still have spirits in them.
Yep.
Some of them do not.
Okay.
So there is the horn of 𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧. There is the braces of 𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧. There is the amulet of 𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧. And there is the egg with 𝗖𝗧𝗧. So I believe, so 𝗖𝗧𝗧 is still within the egg.
Mm-hmm.
𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧 is within Conrad. 𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧 is within Fall, and 𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧 is
No one has 𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧.
no one has 𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧. So, what order are you going to? And then you also have the large tome.
So just before any of that happens, because Beatrice has at least a couple of the items, she's gonna, because Sevia's sitting across the room from her, Beatrice is very slyly going to go, "Oh, Artis, do you mind passing this to Sevia for me?"
Of course. Which one do you pass first?
The horn.
The horn. Okay, so he rolls a natural 1 on his save.
Get good, buddy.
Yep. You don't hear what 𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧 says to him. Yep. Okay. Yep, yeah. So he's going to pass the horn over to you, Sevia. You notice that, like, there is no spirit that well, you all would have seen, like, the little spiritual transfer with that. So, yeah. Artis has 𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧 within him.
Well, welcome to the club.
Interesting one, this one.
Yes.
Need to make one. Actually, this will probably flow over to different things, but I need to make changes to his stat block.
Cool.
How does it feel, Artis?
It's definitely an interesting sensation.
Paul just looks
Sevia's
mildly
like-
judgy. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. She's holding the horn. She looks like she's about to start identifying it. Then she looks at Fall. She looks at the horn, and she looks at the pile of things. And she thinks for a second, and then just goes, Fall!
Yes?
We should have a conversation.
Of course.
And she, like, puts the horn down and stands up with her little hands on her hips. And she's going to be, and then suddenly realize we're in a 10 by 10 foot room and go, you said there was further space?
Yes, it opens up at the end.
Right. May we have that conversation there?
Of course.
I promise we will be safe. Yes. Lead the way.
Yeah, we'll be fine. Paul just gets through the space. They go out into the balcony.
Okay.
Right. So, you are different.
Yes, very much so.
Are you pleased about this?
I mean, it's weird, but it's so much easier, so yes.
Of note, Sevia, you're entirely in the dark right now.
Oh.
Paul didn't have a source of light on them because they have dark vision. Actually, no,
Well,
there is the torchlight. There is the flickering torchlight. It's just not represented on this map.
I was just going to say that just means Sevia has to stand very close to them. Well, that's good. I just... back in Barovia, we were so worried about when Conrad was slightly different, and you have taken on quite a change, and I just wanted to make sure you were okay, and that this wasn't... that this was still you, just different and not you gone,
I do. That's so sweet. I was actually rather concerned about you before with hearing that you have this new spirit. But I don't know, I think yes, this is very different, but hey, I'm not scared anymore. This is great. You don't need to worry about me.
Well, I'm always going to worry about you regardless, but it is good to hear that you are not scared. I feel better about that.
Are you still... I'm glad. Are you still the same?
I believe so.
Even before that you got the spirits, you've been acting quite differently.
I have. It has been a rough week. All things considered. It turns out just because you pray one time, it does not mean you regain your faith in the gods. It just means their decisions seem more and more fickle. And yet, I have become blessed, so it is difficult to pass that one out. And then everything has happened within here. I feel as if we need to take more risks, and yet I am more and more scared to take them. I feel as if we are looking for patterns, and all I am finding is confidence in routine.
That is very difficult. It seems like you're stuck between a lot of opposing options and pathways.
Aren't we all?
Yes. Do you know anything that would help to make this easier?
Being with you all has made it easier. I think. I don't know. A part of me wishes we could just go straight to the center of this place and just blow the whole thing up and hope that's enough. Another part of me is terrified that that is a sure way to our doom. I don't know what I can offer to help. I don't know how to be a leader, no matter your confidence in me. I don't know. I don't know how I can contribute.
Not to ruin this moment, but Paul, at Sevia's suggestion of going down to the center of this place, 𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧 does interject in your mind, that sounds like an excellent idea.
Paul just kind of grins and nods.
I endorse that strategy 100%.
Oh.
This woman knows what's up. You definitely have wonderful tastes, young man. Being, I just realized I don't know what to call you. young Fall.
Oh, I use
But
he
we will-
and they is fine.
All right. I'll let you get back to your crush now.
Thank you.
What's happening with your face? What's that look for?
Sorry if I zoned out a little. I was getting some talking with Kuban. Very apologies there, but he thinks you're doing great, and I agree. I think you don't need to worry so much about what to do and what you can offer, because what you're already doing is wonderful. I mean, we've done great so far.
We lost a member.
I mean, yes, but it was only one member.
That's rather callous, don't you think?
Yes, a little bit, but it's just realistic, I guess. Apologies. But the point remains, I think you've been doing great.
Thank you. It's quite kind of you, Fall. I couldn't do it without you. And she, taps the back of his hand.
He kind of, yeah, she taps his hand and he kind of turns it around to hold her hand and kind of interlaces the fingers, if she allows this.
She does, but she also just looks at their hands and then looks at Fall. And then just kind of... Do you require comfort right now?
I don't think so. Is that why you've been holding my hand so much, for comfort?
Of a sort. You, and she cannot look at Fall at all when she says this. She looks off across at the other balcony. She's just you make me feel safer, in a way.
You make me feel safer as well.
She looks back at them. Really?
Of course. Right from the start, it was very comfortable having your presence here. Although, I will say about the hand-holding, initially I thought that was just what you did with everyone. That was just a trait of yours. I've never really, did much about physical touch with others.
Oh.
But, I don't know, I guess is there a certain reason that it's always been me?
Fall I'm not Fall. Sylvia seems very put out, but not put out, but moth in a jar. She's just oh, I am now having this conversation. Oh, well, I mean, logistically, it's difficult to hold Beatrice's hand, and I don't think Conrad would allow it. And then, Kazir was Kazir, and Exley has been Exley. So, you are just, and she again is looking around, and then she just kind of stops and closes her eyes, and kind of her shoulders turn in a bit, and she doesn't open her eyes, but it's almost like she's expecting Fall to say something mean. And she says, you just seemed the most like me, but in a way that made me feel safer and not more scared. And that's just... And now I realize we are alike, but you're just you. And that is enough to make me feel safe all the time. Even when things are very scary and we're both very scared, I know at least you can be scared with me. And she's still like quite as if she's waiting for something bad to happen.
Full kind of like gives her hand a squeeze and goes, "Thank you for telling me. I feel the same way. I mean, honestly, I spent so much time ever since we were transported away just being terrified and just not knowing what to do and being wholly focused on that. But now that that's all gone, I think I can realize how much I appreciate having you here and having gotten to know you, and that I really care for you. And I'm so glad that you care for me the same, no matter what way it may be."
What way?
I mean, Beatrice mentioned me to before that when you have feelings for someone, you feel secure with them, and
You for me? Really?
yes, I think so. I've never really had these feelings very much before, but I mean, I know that you're beautiful, but I didn't know exactly what was going on.
You think I'm beautiful?
Of course.
No one's ever said that to me before.
Really? That they should have done.
No. No, most people just leave me be. I'm not good at articulating how I feel. It is often a mystery to me what I'm feeling at all. But I know I feel a lot for you. And it is good. And if you promise to do nothing weird about this, then we can forget it ever happened. And she kisses him on the cheek.
He kind of like slips his hand over her shoulders and then just like gives her a kiss on her cheek in return and just goes, "Thank you. I promise not to be weird about it if you do as well."
I'm weird about most things. I can't make any kind of guarantee, unfortunately.
Same. I've heard that a lot about me. Doesn't bother me now, though. Actually, I got you a gift. Fresh from a coffin.
Gift?
Yes, fresh from a coffin, so it's not really
For
mine.
me?
Yes, of course. And he like rummages around in his bag and then pulls out like the hairpin, which is like a platinum hairpin. Probably imagine it having like little like diamond shapes across it with like jewels in it. And goes, "Here you are. I also have some bobby pins if you like want to like pull your hair back a bit and then pop it there or something, however you want to wear it if you want to."
Thank you. That I feel overwhelmed right now, but it's very good. I feel as if my whole chest were fit to bursting. And she like closes her hands around the hairpin and looks at Fall. It says, there is absolutely no pressure in this. And you can say no. And I will probably stare into the middle distance for a moment, but then I shall be fine. Can you kiss me?
Of course. Kind of like Kit's still holding onto his shoulders and goes, I like you. You don't have to be worried about no reactions or me changing my mind or anything.
I like you too. That's why I worry.
That's very fair. And then he's going to lean down and kiss her.
She kisses back.
And
And is
Fall,
also the whole time flapping her hands.
and Fall, inside your head, you hear
Oh, God.
a thunderous applause. And, "Woo! Yes, young love, go for it, young one.
In his head, he's just like, a moment, please.
Of course. But just know I fully endorse this.
Thanks.
Yep.
And then
So they kiss, and then she pulls back, and she's just like, ah. It was very nice, thank you.
Thank you too. I'm glad the first person I kissed could be you.
Oh. Well, here I was embarrassed that you were mine, so.
Oh, yes. I think in the
guess we'll
past I would have been embarrassed about how bad I probably am at it. Yeah, that's all right.
I mean, I have no You want to practice? Well,
If you
yes,
will.
I'm sure. Yes, of course.
But we can always go down and sit quietly now. This is I didn't mean to spring this all in on you, but
No, I'm happy knowing. I think thank you.
likewise.
Although we should maybe let's hold off on telling Conrad until he's in either a better or worse mood, because technically now he was correct back in Barovia, and I'm not sure how he's going to take that. So
True, he was. I didn't even.
Maybe we wait until this evening to tell him or
Yes, of
anyone.
course. That's whatever you like. And Fall's just kind of like grinning.
Okay.
Very happy.
One more before we go back. And then she kisses him again.
So you return to the room. Do you then proceed to actually go through and identify the object?
Yes.
Just before they come back in, Beatrice has been sitting at the entrance they went through, trying to listen, and as they come back, she scrambles back towards where she'd been and like awkwardly, it's like, looks like she sort of goes into like a yoga position and pretends that she's just stretching.
Just roll me a perception check. Like, you've got a high enough passive that you would have heard bits and pieces. Like, it's not that far, but depending on the results of this...
22.
Yeah, you heard, like, pretty much all of that. I mean, Conrad, you've got a high enough passive that if you wanted to be actively listening, then you could.
Nah, he wouldn't
But-
have been paying attention to
Yeah.
what other people are doing.
All right.
Ease off being a...
Do you also go to Beatrice, try to pass the Nang Nang egg to someone? Or who has the egg?
Was it Beatrice?
Beatrice,
or Conrad that picked it
probably.
up?
It would have been either
Probably
Beatrice or Conrad.
Beatrice just seems to collect everything,
Yeah.
even if somebody else has picked it up. So
Yeah.
I'd say Beatrice has it then.
Okay. So do you try to pass that off to someone to pass to Sevia, or?
She passes it to Artis again.
Okay. He makes another save. That's also a failure. 1 through 3 is Nang Nang. 4 through 6 is 𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧. Okay, I need to change his stats back again. This is Nang Nang. This is quite possibly a terrible idea. Okay. So that does mean 𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧 is back in the horn. So, Sevia, I will need one save from you, the charisma save, for when you do touch the horn.
Gonna use my new dice for this. Charisma?
Yes.
My charisma's not great. 16.
16, that just makes it.
Hey.
All right.
This entire time, Sevia is blushing up a storm. And she is also now very carefully not sitting or standing near Fall at all, but is also trying to sit as far away from Conrad as she can. So she's just like in a weird little corner and probably equidistant from both of them, and just kind of like,
so you note that the wand, as you identified it, it is a wand of wonder.
I forgot about the wand.
Yeah, that's what the horn is. Oh, no. So, yeah, the horn was the one that still had a spirit in it because Artis had the egg trip him out. So, yeah. So, the wand of wonder. This is a proper wand of wonder, not the one from our main campaign.
And who knows, spoons may have been here.
That has caused you so much torment. The other objects are, so the braces are braces of archery. The amulet is an amulet of health. The egg is a pearl of power.
Oh, okay.
And the tome, which is not one of these artifacts, but the tome is a manual of clay golems, not flesh golems, as one of you suspected.
Me, I think.
It's either you or Laura, from memory, but I don't remember. I think that was about 2 weeks back at this point.
Yeah.
It was me. It was Elf Pod, though, I think.
Yeah.
Possibly. Yeah.
All right. Cool. So yeah, and Sevia's doing. Oh God, there's so many things. It's a whole other hour. She is going to use the spell slots to cast Identify on at least a couple of these.
Yeah, just to do it a bit quicker.
Yeah, so... yeah, she's going to use it for 3 of them, and so then it's only going to take like 25 minutes to identify all of these items.
Okay. So, once that is sorted, is there any divvying up, any claims on any of these items?
Well, Sevia would explain what all of them are.
So.
And then would probably keep the Amulet of Health for herself.
So, braces of archery.
Beatrice goes for the braces.
Okay. So, the braces of archery are... So they grant proficiency with longbow and shortbow, which you don't really need. But they also give you a +2 bonus to damage rolls on ranged attacks made with longbows and shortbows. The Amulet of Health. Have you looked this up, Zoe? Or
No.
You just
I
like
just
the idea
figured
of it.
she's
Yeah.
she's a wizard.
This is big. This is big. It requires attunement, which I believe the braces of archery do as well.
Okay.
Your constitution score is 19 while you wear this amulet. It has no effect on you if your constitution is already 19 or higher.
Hello? Hello? Okay, bitch is about to get strong. Okay.
Yeah. And the Pearl of Power is an item that is attunement based and allows the person attuned to it so while the pearl is on your person, you can use an action to speak its command word and regain 1 expended spell slot. If the expended slot was a 4th level or higher, the new slot is 3rd level. Once you use the pearl, it can't be used again until the next dawn. So pretty much anyone could, in the core party, could make use of that.
I don't use spells often enough, I don't think.
No.
I think 𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧 would offer that to Conrad.
Okay. So it would make my magic give me more control over it to use it more.
Of a sort, yes. It will gain you back some of your magical stores.
Curious. He takes it and has a look at it. It does look nice.
You could fashion it into a sort of jewellery piece, I think.
True. Yes. Interesting. I will have a look at it.
Yeah.
Good suggestion.
Yeah, just of note, Conrad, your rod does do that same thing with the addition of adding to your spells. But you can benefit from the pearl too, though, if you swap out the ring of protection.
Yeah. Well, it's probably not much point then, I guess.
Oh, sad.
Oh, well, he just has it because we already had that conversation, I guess.
Yeah, that's all good. And 𝗖𝗔𝗦𝗧 will probably keep the tome because I don't think anyone else is going to use it.
Yeah.
And then there's just the wand of wonder.
Who wants to claim the wacky fun time wand? Sir?
I will. Unless someone else wants it.
I was going to say, if nobody else wanted it, Beatrice would go for it. But if Full wanted it, she would hand it over to Full.
So, the wand has 7 charges. It does require attunement. While holding it, you can use an action to expend 1 charge and choose a target within 120 feet of you. Roll a D100 and consult the following table. There is a percentile result table to determine what happens. If the effect causes you to cast a spell from this wand, the save DC is 15. The spell normally has a range expressed in feet. Its range becomes 120 feet if it isn't already. If an effect covers an area, you must center the spell on and include the target. If an effect has multiple possible subjects, I randomly determine which ones are affected. The wand regains 1d6 plus 1 expended charges daily at dawn. If you expend the wand's last charge, roll a d20, and on a 1, the wand crumbles into dust and is destroyed.
Okay. Unfortunately, I will say that Full looks really excited by the wand and the description, and then looks at his lyre, his staff, and his medallion, and is like, "Oh, I have no attunement slots left," and gives it to Beatrice. Actually, if you have the room for this, I would rather keep my medallion and such for, like, nostalgia. If we meet any more vampires.
Hold on to it for now.
Oh, okay. Might come in handy someday.
All right. And with that, I think that's where we're going to leave it for this episode. Thank
Happy
you.
episode 69.
Yes.
Happy episode 69, everyone.
Yes.
You're welcome for the spicy
We
content.
celebrated by apparently this being the last episode where Sevia has 69 max hit points.
Oh my god! Yes.
Oh.
As her constitution skyrockets her hit points up. With this latest attunement.
Hey.
Well then. All right. See you next week, everyone.
See you next time.
Have a good one.
Goodbye.